Good morning, Year 3 and 4. This is your learning journey lesson for Friday the 26th of February, and this is the AM lesson. So this morning we are going to unpick that word community to make sure we have a good understanding about who and what is within our community, and then we're going to choose the part of the community that we would like to write our postcard to. And then this afternoon our focus is going to be looking at the features of a postcard, identifying who you want to send our postcard to and what image of hope that you want to spread to them. And then there's a small art challenge to get yourself ready for next week when we start painting. So let's get started with our AM lesson then. So here's how I would like you to lay out your page. Again, we're going to do the famous mind map. If you want to lay it out a little bit differently, then that is absolutely fine. I just want to have what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at how many different things and people are within our community. So watch my video first and then you might have another idea about how you could lay out your page, and that is absolutely fine. You could draw a picture of your community and then all the different people within it. So pause the video now, get your date, your title and your linking thinking column all drawn up, and get ready to join me in a moment. Okay, so a community can be classed as anything. Because here's the definition: it's a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. So we can class Totnes as our community, but then you could have, for example, within Italy, you could say that there's a community of Christian Italian people. You might say that there's a community of Muslim Italian people. It doesn't just have to be where your place is. You can have a particular characteristic in common. So we can have a look at Totnes as our community. So it's people living in the same place. So let's start to unpick who lives in Totnes and what different places we have within our community. What's the first one that we could say? Where do we work and do our learning? What first place could we put down that's in our community? Pause the video now and have a think. Yes, we could have our school. So now let's think about places that have helped us. What places do we have around Totnes that are in our community? You might think the police station, you might think of the fire station, you might think of Morrison's. Morrison's is part of our community. You might think of some of your family members. So who could you put around the video? I'd like you to pause the video now and have a think about who else we could put that's within our community. And then join me and I'm going to put a few ideas up on here. So here are just a few ideas that spring to my mind when I think about the community in Totnes. We've got Morrison's, we've got the doctors, fire service, local shop owners, friends, family, our school and grandparents. Now, like I said, you may want to lay this out a little differently. I've seen some children before when we've looked at community, they've drawn a map of Totnes and they've then circled the different places within Totnes that are in the community. So you could do things like that. It's up to you. I just want this, by the end of this AM lesson, for you to have a good understanding of who's in our community, and because I think that's important for when we come to choose the people that we're going to be writing to for our postcard this afternoon. So it's a nice, quick and short lesson. Please make sure that when you're doing a mind map, and like I've got lines, you can see mine are nice and straight, so let's try and keep our presentation to the best, please. So enjoy this lesson this morning, and then this afternoon we are going to have a look at features of a postcard and who we're going to write to. So just before we finish, let's have a look at this linking thinking column, because this afternoon we will need a brand new page, because I think we'll just use the whole page to spread this out. So think back to Wednesday. Where was your learning then? Now think about where is your learning now and how confident are you? We've now unpicked community, so we've unpicked another bit of our question. So I'm going to look back to where I was last lesson. So I was up to a 2. So now I can put I am a 3 because now I have a better understanding of what community means and who's in it. You could put I'm at a 4 because now I know what part of the community I'm going to write to. So I'm going to colour my way up. I'm going to use a highlighter, it's a bit easier on here. So I'm a 3. There we go. And for those of you that are looking for a challenge within your writing, you can explain what your next steps are. My next steps to, I'm going to say my next step, I've only got one. My next step to improve is to find out the features of a postcard. That's my next step. Okay, so I'll show you that now. There we are. Okay, so come and join me in the PM lesson when you have done all of this. See you later.